Hello, my name is Diane Delute and I'm Sonia Burgess's class, and we're going over the Disposition Self-Assessment Survey and the things that I think I possess. The number one is everyone can learn. This is kind of one of my pet peeves. I grew up in a town that was well below the poverty line. I kind of call it District 11 because my classmates got up at 4 a.m., went to milk the cows, got on the bus, went to school, came home, milked the cows, got changed and cleaned up, and then came in for dinner, and pretty much that was the end of the day. So there wasn't extra time for reading and doing homework or doing any extra learning. And pretty much everybody was always hungry. You could count all of our ribs. That was not a problem. Obesity was not an issue in my town. And then when we went to our neighboring town to go to high school, we were considered stupid. And 50% of us never graduated high school. It gets kind of exhausting being called stupid. I never let any of my teachers know what town I came from, just because I did not want to be referred to as stupid all the time. So I would say everyone can learn, because all my classmates were smart. There was nobody was stupid, and we all can learn, especially if we had a little more food in our stomachs. And then reflection and experience, professional, going back and looking at what the day's done, that is pretty much a constant for me. I'm always looking back, how could I make things better, reflecting on what I can improve on. That's just who I am. I always am thinking about that and looking at it and asking other people what they think, so that things can get better, because we can always improve. It's a thing. And then curiosity. Oh, I love curiosity. That's how we explore this wonderful world of ours. And it's I like to promote curiosity sometimes, just by when I'm with the students, sometimes I make a mistake just so they can see that, for one, I make mistakes, that it's okay to explore and whatever. It's okay to make a mistake, and then to see how many of them kind of catch it, and we can kind of go over what's, that it's okay to, and to do something different when we're not all perfect, and that's how we get better. It's by curiosity, encouraging thinking out of the box a little. And the modeling by words and actions. That's pretty much actions speak louder than words is very true. So I try and always be aware that I am being watched, and it is amazing to me too sometimes what my students see, because they'll come up and they'll say something to me, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know they really even saw that. Didn't know they were watching. So because they see a lot more than people realize, and we all learn from each other. So just being aware of that is very important. And pretty much that is respect. It respects everybody when you're modeling integrity, and that's very important to show that. And then educators demonstrate professional friendliness. Ooh, that's probably one of my downfalls, actually, is being too nice. I am very friendly and caring for everybody, and I support them. And that's kind of where I sometimes I would bring in things for my students and be too nice to them. And that's I just care about them. They're great kids, and I want everybody to be the best. And then learning and teaching, professional, that's very important. It's actually, this is my third career. I was an electrical engineer till 9/11. I had been a professional engineer for over 10 years, 12, 15 years, something like that, when 9/11 happened. I was laid off, and then I became a stay-home mom. And worked harder as a stay-at-home mom. I still actually even took some classes then when my kids were in preschool. Kind of was in a parent participation preschool, and part of the requirement is actually to learn how to teach a preschooler. So here I am going back to school and learning how to be a better mom, and influencing on the being a teacher to my children, and then they're learning how to deal with babies and kids and young people as they grow up. And then it's going on now. They started school, and so I became a substitute teacher, and I kind of learned that many of the students are struggling with math and things. So I thought, well, okay, maybe I can become a math teacher and help these children learn math. Math is something that I believe we all can learn and do quite well. Not everybody's going to be able to do thermodynamics and everything, but they still can learn well enough to run their own business, become a nurse, become a mechanical worker. There's so many, everything requires math, and there's no reason in the world that everybody can't learn math. So I am going back to school partly to learn how to make sure everybody gets math. I don't like hearing I don't get. And then let's see, the things that I probably need some more help with is the cultural diversity. I grew up on the East Coast. Our cultural diversity there was very different from out here on the West Coast, even though there is quite a bit of cultural diversity in both areas. It's just different cultures. And so with me, it's more learning some of the different nuances about the cultures that are here. And then, and that's probably going to be a constant, because it seems like the U.S. is constantly getting a new group of people influencing them. And then fairness and social justice. What is fair and how that would work? It's really encouraging healthy boundaries, and I don't quite know. That's the next one. Fairness is. This is where I probably would need help from people that have been there to know what the rules really are and how it really applies to the situation that you're dealing with. So I'm feeling that there's definitely some learning in that one. And then it's not that I do strongly agree that it's needed. And then sound judgment and ethical behavior. This one, it's more the students, when I've had them, sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, you can go to the bathroom, because I let them go one at a time to the bathroom, and then somebody would go off, and actually they were just getting high. And so it's encouraging healthy boundaries and knowing when it's sound judgment to let them go and not let them go, kind of where that line is, and that's not easy. And so that one is one that I would probably need some learning how to deal with better. And then the fourth one that I feel that I could definitely use some improvement on would be the community involvement. As a stay-home mom, I volunteered a lot. I kind of felt like I was a volunteer queen. It seemed between school and volunteering in my kids' classrooms and soccer and baseball and choir and ballet. It's just, there was everything in the world. It just keeps going. And then but to set healthy boundaries there is like, okay, what would be appropriate involvement, community involvement, and as a teacher sometimes it's taken a little differently, and I still want my privacy and I still want my kids to have their life too. So it's how much is okay and how much is not. And then finally, it's what does a professional educator look like? Well, a professional educator, a lot of times I like to think that they listen and take a breath and breathe and then respond appropriately. There's definitely a lot more of respect, and they care about their community, and they're kind of a model for how how to learn, how to go out and become a better person. And because that's what education is really all about, is to become a better, to learn more. So I'm expecting an educator to professionally do that, to use professional responses. And it's good to sometimes breathe and just listen. And thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a good day. Bye.